Hello children, Form 2 English Language 3rd Midterm. Today I am going to start the 3rd Midterm Comprehension lesson from the lesson Green Grass Running Water. It's Unit 5 and it starts from page 76. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to learn these presented language skills. First, you will be able to improve your reading skills after you practice the comprehension activity. Secondly, you will be able to improve your vocabulary skills. And finally, under grammar and punctuation, you will be able to learn about complex sentences. Under the topic complex sentences, you will learn the structure of complex sentences, different complex sentence patterns, and the use of punctuation marks in complex sentences. First, we will move to the comprehension section. There is a comprehension activity in your textbook in page 76. First, read it and then find the answers for the questions in page 78. And when you are doing this comprehension activity, I will give you a hint. You don't want to find the meanings of each and every word. You can use reading strategies. What are these reading strategies? They are scanning and skimming. I think you know and you are using them. So you can use these reading strategies to find the answers for your comprehension questions. Next, we will look at the vocabulary part. In your comprehension textbook in page 79, under the topic word level work, there are 12 words from the comprehension passage. You need to find the meanings of those words using a dictionary. And there is another activity. After you find the meanings of those words, you need to study the spellings of those 12 words. You can practice them at home. If you do these two tasks, you can improve your vocabulary skills also. Now, we will move to the grammar section. Today, I am going to talk with you about complex sentences. First of all, I want to ask a question from you. This is the question. What is a complex sentence? Do you know what is a complex sentence? Yes, simply we can say a complex sentence is a sentence with more than one clause. It is a sentence with more than one clause. Okay, now you know the definition of a complex sentence. There we talked about the word clause. What do you mean by a clause? Now look at the first point. A clause is a group of words and it makes a sense but may not be concluded by a full stop. In a clause, you can find words. And also it makes a sense means you can get a clear meaning after you read it. But it does not end with a full stop. What is the second feature? A clause has its own subject and predicate. These are the two main parts. In a clause, you can find a subject and a predicate. What do you mean by a predicate? Predicate is the verb or the action word and the rest part of it. So, look at this example sentence. The sentence is, she is poor but she is honest. In this sentence, you can see two clauses. Look at the first clause. She is poor. What are the parts in that clause? There is a subject, the doer, she, it is the subject, and is poor. Is the predicate, is poor is the predicate, verb and the rest part. So that is clause 1. And look at the second clause. She is honest. Again, same parts are there. She is the subject, is honest is the predicate. That is clause 2. And in the first point, I told you a clause may not be concluded by a full stop. But here at the end of the second clause, you can find a full stop. Why is that? Here I use this full stop because it is the end of this sentence. So there is a full stop also. And there are two clauses in this sentence. I think now you know how to identify a clause. In a complex sentence, we can find two types of clauses. We will see what are those two types of clauses. In a complex sentence, we can find one main clause, or else you can use it as independent clause, and one or more subordinate clauses or dependent clauses. Therefore, a complex sentence is made up of one main clause plus one or more subordinate clauses. Right. So we started with complex sentences, and I told you in a complex sentence there are two types of clauses. They are the main clause and the subordinate clause. We will see what are the parts and some features of those two types of clauses in this slide. First, we will look at the main clause or the independent clause. It is made up with the subject and the predicate. Already you know, in a clause we can find a subject and a predicate. In the main clause also you can find only those two parts, the subject and the predicate. And also a main clause can stand alone. It can stand alone without any other part. So we call it as the independent clause. Then what is a subordinate clause? A subordinate clause gives more information about the main clause. It tells something more about the main clause. And also, this is very important, always a subordinate clause begins with the conjunction, a joining word or a linking word. And again you can find the subject and the predicate. Look at this example sentence. I did it because I was angry. In this sentence, first part of it, I did it. It is the main clause. I is the subject. Did is the verb. It is the rest part. Altogether, I did it. I subject, did it predicate is, we can call it as the main clause. And the next clause is because I was angry. Because is the conjunction. Just after the conjunction there is a subject I, and after the I you can find the predicate was angry. So it is the subordinate clause. And if you read I did it, you can get a clear meaning as well as it can stand alone. I did it. But if you read only the subordinate clause, because I was angry, it tells something more about the main clause, or it gives a reason. So it can't stand alone. It needs the help of main clause. That's why we call it as the independent clause. My next slide is about conjunctions. In the previous slide, I told you always a subordinate clause begins with the conjunctions. So let's see what are these conjunctions. And you can see inside the bracket subordinating conjunctions. Why we use the term subordinating? Because we use these conjunctions in subordinate clauses. Now look at this list. There are many conjunctions. Let's read them. As, until, before, while, because, that, although, even though, till, since, unless, when, after, which, though, if. Those are the conjunctions that you can use in subordinate clauses. Now there is a picture. I think you can find more conjunctions from this picture. Read them carefully and add those new conjunctions to your list. Now I am going to explain you about complex sentence patterns. Mainly there are two patterns, pattern 1 and pattern 2. First we will look at pattern 1. In this pattern, the arrangement of the clauses are first main clause. After the main clause, we can find the subordinate clause. Already you know this one because in the previous slides, in those example sentences, we used this pattern. So look at this example. He attended the classes although he was ill. This is a complex sentence and the main clause is he attended the classes. The subject he attended the classes, predicate, that is the main clause. And in the middle of the sentence you can find a word that is the conjunction. It is although. After the conjunction there is a subject he and then was ill, the predicate. So that is the subordinate clause. This is pattern 1. Now look at pattern 2. In pattern 2, first you can find the subordinate clause and at the end you can find the main clause. In between the subordinate clause and the main clause, you can find a punctuation mark. That one is the comma. This is very important when you are writing complex sentences. By taking the subordinate clause as the first clause, just after the subordinate clause you need to use the comma. Now here I use the same complex sentence but I have taken the subordinate clause to the beginning. Although he was ill, then you can see there is a comma. He attended the classes, that is the main clause. So these are the two patterns that you can find in complex sentences. Here there are some examples complex sentences. Let's see what are those sentences. Yes, first look at the first 4 sentences. We will read them. Having a party is a bad idea because the neighbors will complain. I am extremely happy since I retired. The dog jumped on his lap while he was eating. Annie was still crying although she had been happy about the news. In these 4 sentences, you can find the conjunction in the middle of the sentence. That means that is the place where the subordinate clause begins. So you can find the subordinate clause after the main clause. It means those 4 sentences are in pattern 1. Look at the last 3 sentences. While I am a passionate basketball fan, I prefer football. Although she was considered smart, she failed all her exams. Whenever it rains, I like to wear my blue coat. In these 3 sentences, you can see the conjunctions are there in the beginning of the sentence. It means the subordinate clause is at the beginning. So, subordinate clause plus comma plus main clause. They are all these last three sentences are in pattern 2. Up to now, I have discussed about complex sentences with you. So now it is your chance. From this slide onwards, there are some activities from complex sentences, you can try those activities. Look at the first activity. It is from your textbook. In your comprehension textbook, in page 80, there is a small activity. There you need to underline the subordinate clause. It's very easy. You can do it. And let's move to activity 2. The activity 2, that is also about subordinate clauses. You need to underline the subordinate clauses in these 5 sentences. You can write them in a paper, because at the end of this presentation you can find the answers also, so you can mark them. I will read the sentences for you. First one, after my parents agreed, they told me what they had decided. Second sentence, we won't have a play this year unless someone volunteers to take the lead part. Third sentence, we shut the door so that the cat wouldn't get out. Fourth sentence, when inquiring about the program, we were told it had been cancelled. And the last one is, even after Pete graduated, he continued to visit his teachers. Next activity is, you need to rewrite these sentences by changing the place of subordinate clauses. We talked about 2 patterns. Pattern 1, main clause plus subordinate clause, and pattern 2, subordinate clause plus comma plus main clause. So here you need to change the place of these subordinate clauses. And there is a hint. You need to be very careful with the punctuation marks. For an example, I will help you to find the answer for the first one. Look at the sentence. The tickets were already sold out when we arrived. In this sentence, what is the conjunction? Yes, the conjunction is when. That means the subordinate clause begins with the conjunction when, and after it you can find the subject and the predicate we arrived, when we arrived. So here you can find the subordinate clause at the end of the sentence. You need to take it to the beginning, when we arrived. After it you need to use the comma and take the main clause to the end of the sentence. Likewise, you can do the other sentences. I will read those sentences also. Second one, after weighing our options, we decided to adopt. Third sentence, I will clean the mess since I am the one that made it. Fourth one, I turned off the oven when I finished baking. Fifth one, whenever I don't feel well, I make fresh green juice. Talking pictures. Next activity is talking pictures. What are these talking pictures? Look at these 2 pictures. In the first picture, you can see there are 2 men. One is lying on a bed-like thing and the other one is working with his laptop. And the second picture is about a family and they are watching television. So what is the activity you have to do? You need to make complex sentences for these pictures. This is the last activity for you. Activity 5. Underline the main clause and circle the subordinate clause. It's very easy. Now you know some techniques how to identify complex sentences. In a complex sentences, you know there is a main clause and a subordinate clause. Always the subordinate clause begins with a conjunction. So that is one technique. Look at these sentences. Wherever you can find the conjunction, there you can find the subordinate clause. And you know, if we take the subordinate clause to the beginning of the sentence, after it there is a comma. So from that one also you can identify the complex sentences. So underline the main clause and circle the subordinate clause. But there is a hint, all these sentences are not complex sentences. So you need to be very careful with these sentences. I will read those sentences for you. First one, whenever Mary goes shopping, she always spends too much. Second one, my uncle used to own a restaurant, so he is a great cook. Third one, I have 3 cats and they are all very big and strong and they have black fur. Fourth sentence, because my first flight was delayed in Dallas, I missed my connecting flight in Denver. Fifth one, I can't remember my grandmother's first name. And last one, until I get my driver's license, I will have to ride my bike everywhere. This is for your further knowledge. Now there is a link. If you want to learn more about complex sentences, there is a nice discussion about complex sentences. You can watch it. This is the link for that video. Now from this slide onwards you can find the answers for some activities. In this slide you can find the answers for the activity 2. It's very easy. You have to underline the subordinate clause. Easily you can find the conjunctions because they are in color. So you can check your answers now. These are the answers for activity 3. In that activity I asked you to change the place of the subordinate clause. So answers are there. You can check your answers. Here these are the answers for activity 5. In that activity I told you all the sentences are not complex sentences. So 2 sentences are not complex sentences. All the other 4 sentences are complex sentences, and I have circled the subordinate clause and I have underlined the main clause. You can check the answers. That's all about this lesson, and I have explained this lesson under 3 sections. First, comprehension, secondly, vocabulary, and lastly, grammar and punctuation. Under the first 2 topics, vocabulary and comprehension, I have given some activities for you. You need to practice them. And under the topic grammar and punctuation, we discussed about complex sentences. So I hope you all got an idea about complex sentences and the structures and different patterns and how to use them correctly and how to write a complex sentence correctly. Thank you.